This video is designed to be a revision video, so it's going to be a fast-paced walkthrough. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments section. In this video, I'm going to complete the whole paper and get a grade 5. Let's get straight into it. Right, the following numbers in order start with the lowest. So the smallest number here is -3. So it's -3, -1, 2, 4, 7. Change 500 millilitres to litres. So there are 1,000 millilitres in a litre. So if we divide by 1,000, it gives us 5 litres. 31 out of 100 as a decimal. So it's 31 divided by 100, which gives us 0.31. Write down a multiple of 7 that's between 30 and 40. So multiple means 7 times table, so that is 35. Complete the statement below to make it correct. Something times m is 2m, so that must be 2. Ben sells houses. The pictogram shows information about the number of houses Ben sold in each of the first 3 months of the year. Now we can see that 1 square equals 4 houses. So this is a 4, this is a 4, this is 2. So there are 10 houses here. This one is going to be 9, this one is going to be 12. Write down the number of houses Ben sold in January, well that is 10. In April, Ben sold 11 houses, so that's going to be 4, 8, 9, 10, 11. Show this information on the pictogram. Ben sold a total of 60 houses in his first 5 months of last year. Work out the number of houses Ben sold in May. So in January, that was 10. In February, it was 9. In March, it was 12. And in April it was 11, so that makes 42. So 60 take away 42 gives us 18. Number 7, measure the length of this line, give your answer in centimetres. So this will depend on how you've printed it out, but for the actual one it is 8.7 centimetres. Measure the size of the angle marked X, so using your protractor, that is 76 degrees. And in the space below, draw a hexagon. Hexagon is 6 sides. It doesn't say regular, so any shape that has 6 sides. The points A and B are shown on the grid. Write down the coordinates of point A. Well, here's the A, so it's 2 across and 1 up. So that's 2, 1. Find the coordinates of the midpoint of AB. So if we join the line between A and B, make that into a triangle. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down. Half of 4 is 2. Half of 3 is 6. So that is the midpoint. So it's on the y-axis. So it's 0, -2. On the grid, mark across the point with the coordinates -4, 2. So we go along to -4. Up to 2, and it says mark that as C. Anil has a job as a driver. He's paid for each mile he drives. He's also paid expenses. At the start of the week, he does 47,241 miles. By the end of the week, he's done 47,879 miles. So we do 47879, take away 47241. Gives us 638, so that's how many miles he did. We know he's paid 47p for each mile, so 638 times 47 pence gives me 299.86 pence. If I divide that by 100 to get it into pounds, I have £299.86. Now don't forget he's also paid expenses of £80. So if we add on that £80, we get the answer 379.86. Number 10, Anita throws a coin 3 times. Each time the coin can land on heads or tails. List all the possible outcomes. So he can have heads, 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 tails, heads, tails, heads, heads, tails, 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 heads, tails, heads, tails, and tails, heads, heads. Majid had a spinner. Majid is going to spin the arrow. The arrow can land on a 1, 2 or a 3. Majid says the probability that the arrow will land on 2 is a third because the spinner has 3 sections. Well, if we look at section 2, we can see that right angle there. That means it's a quarter of the circle. So is she correct? No, because section 2 is a quarter of the circle. So the probability is a quarter. Quick interruption. I've made a free checklist of the 100 skills you need to learn to get a grade 4 and pass foundation GCSE maths. You just print it, tick the skills you know, circle the ones you don't know, and suddenly you've got a clear step-by-step plan to get to a grade 4. To grab it, click the first link in this video's description now, and I'll send you the 100 skills checklist for free. All right, back to the video. Sarira buys 24 bars of chocolate. 2/3 of the chocolate bars are white chocolate. The rest are milk chocolate. So that means 1/3 are milk chocolate, and 1/3 of 24 is 8. Now each of these milk chocolates weigh 35 grams. So 8 times 35 grams gives me 280 grams. The answer is in grams, so that's 280. Number 13, simplify 2c times 3d. 2 times 3 is 6, and then we've got c and d. T equals x plus 2y, when x is 3 and y is minus 4. So t equals x plus 2y. X is equal to 3. Y is equal to minus 4, so 2 times minus 4 gives me minus 8. So t equals 3 minus 8, which is minus 5. On Monday, Lizzie cycled 36 kilometres in 3 hours. So I'm going to do my speed, distance, time triangle. We know the distance is 36 kilometres. We know the time is 3 hours, so her speed is 36 divided by 3, which is 12. On Tuesday, Lizzie cycled 36 kilometres at a speed of 16 kilometres per hour. So let's do another speed, distance, time. This time she cycled 36 kilometres and her speed is 16. Lizzie says the total time she cycled was less than 5 hours 20. So to find the time, it's going to be 36 divided by 16, which gives me 2.25. So that is 2 hours and 0.25 hours. Now convert that to minutes. We do 0.25 times 60 because there are 60 minutes in an hour, and that gives me 15 minutes. So in total, she did 3 hours. Add 2 more hours is 5 hours. Add 15 minutes is 5 hours, 15 minutes. So is Lizzie correct? She said that she was less than 5 hours 20. So yes, she is correct. £3,500 is invested in a bank for 6 years. This is simple interest at a rate of 2.5%. So 2.5% of 3,500 equals £87.50, and then that is per year, and it's 6 years, so we times that £87.50 by 6 years to get the answer of £525. Here we have a conversion graph. You can use this graph to change between ounces and grams. Change 6 ounces to grams. So here's our ounces. If we go up at 6, That takes us to there. So that is going to be 170 grams. Now change 1 kilogram to ounces. 1 kilogram isn't on here, it only goes up to 300. But if we do 250 grams, so if we take 250 grams here, that takes me down here. So 250 is 8. Ounces. So if we times that by 4, we times this by 4, and that gives me 32 ounces. Number 17. Here is a triangle ABC. The region R consists of all the points inside the triangle that are less than 4 centimetres from A. So we put the point of our compass on A and we set it to 4 centimetres and we draw an arc. So that is 4 centimetre arc from point A. It's closer to C than B. So looking at our CB line, we put our compass point on one end and we draw an arc, and we put our compass point on the other end and we draw another arc to get a perpendicular bisector. And shape R, region R, is going to be there. Mrs. Simpson organised a school trip for 66 children. The total cost of the trip was £1,800. The school paid 56% of the total cost. So 56% of 1,800 gives me 1,008. And that means that they pay the rest of it. So the rest is going to equal 1,800 minus 1,008, which is 792. Now the rest of the total was divided equally between 66 children. So £792 divided by 66 children gives me the answer of £12 each. Now for the next question, you put this into your calculator and you get the answer 0.5170189,759, and to two significant figures, that is going to be 0.52. Question 20. ABC is a right-angled triangle. Work out the length of CB. So this is Pythagoras. We know A squared plus B squared equals C squared, and the longest one is always C. So we know the longest. So this is going to be 19 squared minus 10 squared, because we know the longest, which gives us 261. And the square root, because that would be C squared, the square root is going to be the square root of 261, which is 16.2. Write 90, question 21. Write 90 as a product of its prime factors. So we can do a prime factor tree. So there's lots of different ways to do this. I can do 2, which is a prime factor, times 45, 3 times 15, and 15 is 3 times 5. Don't forget, I can check this on my calculator. That gives me the answer of 2 times 3 times 3 times 5, or I could put 2 times 3 squared times 5. Both are correct. Write down the lowest common multiple of A and B. So I'm going to do my Venn diagram to find my lowest common multiple. A is 2 squared times 3, and B is 2 times 3 squared. So they both have in common a 2 and a 3. A has a 2 left in it and B has a 3 left in it. And the lowest common multiple, we multiply all three. So that's 2 times 2 times 3 times 3, which gives me the answer 36. Question 22. The number of hours H that some machines take to make 5,000 bottles is given by H equals 72 over N, where N is the number of machines. On Monday, 6 machines made 5,000 bottles. So on Monday, we had 72 divided by 6, which gives us 12 hours. On Tuesday, we had 72 divided by 9, which gives us 8 hours. Now, the total, the machines took more time to make bottles on Monday than Tuesday. How much more time? So this is 12 hours. Take away 8 hours, which gives us 4 hours. Discs, blue discs and yellow discs in a bag. There are 24 yellow discs. Mel is going to take at random a disc from the bag. The probability the disc will be yellow is 0.16. The number of red discs to blue discs is 5 to 4. Work out the number of red discs. So firstly, we can find the total number of discs, because the total times the probability it's yellow, 0.16, gives us the number of yellow, which is 24. So we know that 24 divided by 0.16 will give us the total, and that is 150. Now, if we take away the 24 yellow, 150 take away 24, it gives us 126. And we know that that is the blue and red. So quick ratio box. I have the ratio of red to blue is 5 to 4. The total of my ratio is 9. The total number of counters is 126. And 9 times 14 is 126. So 5 times 14 gives me the answer of 70 reds, and 4 times 14 gives me 56 blues. And the question says, what is the number of red? So the answer is 70. Values for y equals x squared minus x. So as this is on the calculator paper, you could use the calculator. If it's not, then you fill in the values with the sum. So y equals x squared minus x. When x is 1, it will give you 1 squared minus 1, which is 0. When x is 3, that would give you 3 squared minus 3, give you the answer 6. And when x is minus 1, that's minus 1 squared minus minus 1, which gives you the answer 2. Let's plot those values in. So when x is minus 2, y is 6. When x is minus 1, y is 2. When x is 0, y is 0. When x is 1, y is 0. When x is 2, y is 2. And when x is 3, y is 6. So we join these with a hand-drawn curve. Now remember, the bottom isn't flat, the bottom must continue being curved. Use your graph to find the estimates for the solutions for the equation x squared minus x equals 4. Now you see this has a minus 4 on the end. That means it wants the solutions at y equals 4, which is here. Now if we look at those points, the coordinate of this point and this point, we're going to have, this point is going to be minus 1.5 and 4, and this point here is going to be 2.5 and 4. Andy, Luke and Tina share some sweets in the ratio 1, 6, 14. So Andy, Luke, Tina, 1, 6, 14. Tina gives 3/7 of her sweets to Andy. So 3/7 times 14 gives me 6. So she gives 6 sweets to Andy. So Andy now has 6 more, which gives him 7. Tina has 6 less, which gives her 8. And Luke still has 6. Then Tina gives 12.5% of the rest of her sweets. So 12.5% times 8 gives me the answer of 1. So she gives 1 sweet to Luke. So Luke has 1 more, Tina has one less and Andy still has one. So all three of us now have the same number of sweets? Yes. ABCD is a quadrilateral. All angles are measured in degrees. Show that ABCD is a trapezium. Now we know the total of any quadrilateral is 360 degrees. So we can begin by finding the value of x. So if we add these all up, 2x plus 15, add 4x plus 15, add 4x plus 8, add 3x minus 3, that is going to equal 360 degrees. If I simplify that, it's going to give me 13x, add 35 equals 360. If I subtract 35 from both sides, I get 13x equals 325, and divide both sides by 13, I get x equals 25. Now, if this is a trapezium, these two would be co-interior angles. So co-interior angles sum to 180 degrees. So if this is a trapezium, this and this would equal 180 degrees. So 4x plus 8, add 3x minus 3 should equal 180. Now also on the other side, these two should also equal 180. So 4x plus 15, add 2x plus 15 should also equal 180. So if we work those out now, 4x plus 3x is going to give me 7x, add 3 minus 5 is going to give me add 5. We know x is 25. So 7 times 25 add 5 gives me the answer 180. So that is correct. For the second one, 4x plus 2x gives me 6x, 15 and 15 gives me 30. Now we know that x equals 25, so 6 times 25, add 30, also gives me the answer of 180. So this is a trapezium. Question 27. A, B, C and D, E, F are similar isosceles triangles. DE equals DF, so we know if it's an isosceles, that one equals that one, so that one equals that one. Work out the length of D to E. So what has happened here? So this has been divided, hasn't it? So 6 divided by what gives me 1.5, or 6 divided by 1.5 gives me 4. So that has been divided by 4. So for this one, 8 divided by 4 gives me 2. So the length of DE is 2 centimetres. Here we have a grouped frequency table. Find the class interval that contains the median. So the median is the middle. Now we know that there are 120. So we are looking for halfway. So we're looking for the 60th number. So 34 here. This takes us to 63. So the 60th must be in here. So the answer is 100 is less than W is less than or equal to 150. Estimate and calculate the estimate for a mean weight of 120 oranges. Give your answer correct to 3 significant figures. So we remember that it is the midpoint times the frequency. So 7 times 34. We have 125 times 29, 175 times 27, 225 times 19, and 275 times 11. If I work those all out and then divide by the total frequency, which was 120, I get the answer of 151.67, which to three significant figures would be 152 grams. Before you click off, if Foundation GCSE Maths still feels like this huge confusing topic, I've made something that will help. I've put together a free checklist of the 100 skills you need to learn to get a grade 4 pass in Foundation GCSE Maths. You just print it, tick the skills you know, circle the ones you don't, and straight away you've got a clear step-by-step plan to get that grade 4. To get it, click the 100 skills checklist link in this video's description. Now enter your details and I'll send you the 100 skills checklist for free, so you can start using it today. Thanks for watching.